And in this way, you will fulfill the requirements of the law of Christ. That is, the law of Christian love.
Yeah, this is the Amplified version because it broke it down pretty good. But you notice what he said. He said, carry one another's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the requirements of the law of Christ, which is the law of love. See, the world taught us love is different, right? The world taught us a whole different way of love, but God is letting you know, when you can help your brother out of sin, or you can help your sister out of sin in the spirit of meekness, in the spirit of knowing I once was there. I don't care what the situation was. Amen? Amen. I don't care, because listen, that fornication addiction ain't no different from that alcoholism addiction or that drug addiction, right? You ain't no better. Or that messy addiction. Because some people will tell you, man, I don't know why it is. I'm just so messy. I just get on the phone and I gossip. That's a sickness. Don't think because, oh, mine was just adultery or mine was just fornication. It ain't that. It's the same thing. You sick just like them. Amen. So you got to be willing to put it in its proper perspective. Amen. And what God is saying, stop. Don't look at yourself. Carefully evaluate yourself. Because you'll fall in temptation or you'll be to deceive yourself as well. Watch this. He says, carry one another's burdens. In this way you will fulfill the requirements of the law of Christ. That is the law of Christian love. Look at verse 3. For if anyone thinks he is something special, when in fact he is nothing special except in his own eyes, he deceives himself. Y'all, be careful about that. Because some folks think they special in their own eyes. No, I'm good. God done did this for me. In other words, if you read in even different translations, God is trying to let you know is some of y'all, God helped heal y'all or make y'all whole. Now you think you too much to help somebody else get healed. Now you think you too much to help somebody else when it was somebody that'll help you. Now you think it's too much because all the stuff that you was trying to get rid of, God to help you get rid of, and you got a person that's wholly sick over here and you don't want to deal with them. Imagine if them doctors didn't deal with folks like that. Amen. They will be sued. Go to the next slide. Watch this. 1 Thessalonians, wait a minute. Did I miss something? Oh, yeah, I did. I got to cover 4 and 5, too. Come on.
But each one must carefully scrutinize his own work, examining his actions, attitudes, and behavior.
Just talked about that.
And then he can have the personal satisfaction and inner joy of doing something commendable without comparing himself to another.
Talked about that. You scrutinize yourself, right? And you ain't comparing yourself to nobody else. You just understand what God has done for you, and you know God can do it for somebody else. And you may aid into that help when you have that same mind frame, right? Watch this. For verse 5. Go ahead.
For every person will have to bear with patience his own burden of faults and shortcomings for which he alone is responsible.
And I'm going to tell y'all like this before I move. Notice what he said. He says, everybody going to have to give an account, right? You're going to have to bear with patience his own burden of faults and shortcomings for which he is alone is responsible. The reason why I love it said because he is alone, because some of y'all blame y'all shortcomings and y'all falls on other people. Y'all blame it on your spouses. You blame it on the people God put around you. You blame it on your family. And you saying, you want me to act right. But God say, listen, when you stand before me, I'm going to talk to you about you. Amen. Now let me tell y'all something. This is what I do know. And y'all know, man, I don't know what it is. I guess the older I get, the closer me and Courtney become. The closer we become, right? My best friend. But when I stand before God, Courtney ain't going to be there. Right. I don't care how close me and her were, all the secrets and all. No, she ain't going to be there. Right. God going to talk to me about what I did, whether it was to her, not to her, the other. She ain't going to be, I won't be able to say, well, God, you know that wife, kind of like what Adam tried to do with Eve. Y'all remember? He said, God, it was that wife you gave me. God said, no, I'm going to hold you responsible for your own actions. So I know when I stand before God, y'all, Courtney ain't going to be there. I can't tell God what Courtney did this. Amen. And that's what he's saying. You're going to have to bear, because God know what he gave each and every one of us in here, y'all. Amen. And some of y'all may have the responsibility of helping so many others. You're going to have to answer for that when you stand before him. You won't be able to say, well, I wasn't ready, or you already know I'm dealing with such and such. God said, I gave you ample amount of time to get over this thing. I had folks out there dying, and you were supposed to go help them, but you want to wallow in what you was doing.
All right.
So all I'm saying is, y'all, it's so many sick folk out here, and you sitting on that little illness you got, man, you know what to do to get rid of it. Right. Some of us refuse to be whole. You like people waiting on you versus you waiting on other people.